I'm always amazed what I stumble across when I'm looking for games for this. I happen to be looking for handheld games just as a change of pace. I think the PS2 and PS1 stuff has been quite thoroughly beaten to death by me over the past year or so. And I stumbled across this. I didn't even know it existed. Gremlins Unleashed, or Gremlins as it appears to be called on the title screen. This is a UK-only Game Boy Color game. Which again is one of those games I don't understand how it came to be. It came out in 2001. Developed by LSP, who were doing a lot of the Inspector Gadget games. And yeah, UK only, 2001. I don't think there was any re-release of the movie or any kind of resurgence of the license. I'm appreciating this music. It's kind of Amiga-like. Almost sounds like old school kind of SID tunes. Let's give it a look. One thing I will say, there's a weird pause every time you hit a button in these menus, but hey. So as you can expect from a Game Boy Color game, it's not that complicated a game. It basically appears to be a 2D platformer, as most Game Boy Color, especially games, used to be. That's Gizmo. Be careful, there are 3. I'm sure that's supposed to be an exclamation mark. Oh man, this is a lot of text. You must keep Gizmo out of the light. Number 2, you've got to keep him dry. Or away from water. Oh, couldn't fit the text. And don't feed him after midnight. As shown by the gremlin, who I think is from Gremlins 2, not from Gremlins 1. Could be wrong. I should know. I'm a big fan of Gremlins. I was very excited just before Christmas to find that they'd put out Gremlins 2 on Blu-ray, but only in HMV. I happened to be in HMV and stumbled across it, and immediately bought that thing. Because Gremlins 2. It's pretty magic. So you seem to be able to choose from 2 characters. I'm going to go for Gizmo, because if you're going to play a Gremlins game, you don't want to play as a gremlin, you want to play as Gizmo. So the first thing I'll say, I was having a quick play of this. The animation on Gizmo is amazing. Surprisingly, I mean, it's a little bit fussy, but I mean, look at this little climb-up animation. Hang on, so I can actually... There. For a Game Boy game, that's some pretty sophisticated animation, as far as I'm aware. I wasn't aware of Game Boy games looking that good. I know we're talking about Game Boy Color, but it's not, you know, it's not that much more powerful than the original, so quite impressive. So the objective of the game, pretty simple. Don't get hit by the gremlins. That would be a good start. And collect as many sunglasses as you can in the level. I seem to be collecting a lot of film canisters at the minute, but yeah. As always with Game Boy games, you don't have a whole lot of controls, so I've got a jump button, I've got an attack button, I've got a pause button, makes a nice noise, and I've got a select button which will let you choose your weapon. So I think, have I picked up some... yes, I picked up a bow, so I've now got 2 different weapons. Oh. So that's the first weapon you get, which is the camera. How do you get up there? Can you preload your jump or something? No? Oh. Ah. Jumping up seems to be helping out a little bit. Oh well. Not that fussed. Can I get up there? I can get up there. Yeah, what a strange... Hey, some sunglasses. Look at that. Look how amazing that animation is. Top marks. For a licensed game that only came out in the UK, I'm colour me impressed. I'm liking the music as well. Again, for such a limited platform, I'm impressed. That being said, it has been a long time since I've seen Game Boy Color games. Were they all this sophisticated? Maybe they were. I also don't know, in 2001, we are talking pretty late Game Boy Color. So I'm fairly sure in 2001 the Game Boy Advance came out. It's around about that sort of era. I'm trying to think when I got my Game Boy Color. Lime green, if you're asking. Probably about 98, 99? Sounds about right. I think I was into the PlayStation era at that point, so that sounds about right. This music goes. I can't seem to get up there, so I'm going to have to go all the way up and round again. Billy's house is loud. Got a full 8-bit orchestra playing. There's a distinct lack of Billy's dad's inventions so far in this level. Let's go downstairs, see what's down here. Big heart, I could use that. Nope, that's a life. That's not what I needed. I need a little heart. Ah. Also, there's in slightly less defense of that animation, there's no way to cancel out of it. So if you get caught in a I'm trying to get up onto this ledge, you can't back out of it. There's no button to cancel out of it, or you can't jump out of it, which is a bit unfortunate. But hey, no game's perfect. Aha, there we go. Of course. I hope you put sunglasses at the top of your Christmas tree. Oh, attacking's quite difficult as well because you need to be. It's kind of like Flashback in that way. Of Flashback? Do I mean Flashback? Do I mean Another World? The old kind of rotoscoped platformers. Prince of Persia as well. You need to wait for the animation to play out before you can attack. So you need enough time to react. And there's been more than one occasion playing this where I felt like that. Where you essentially land on an enemy. That was lucky because I landed on top of them, but previously I've had enemies just be slightly ahead of me, and that genuinely means you've lost a heart without even thinking about it. How many pairs of sunglasses are going to be in this level? Ooh. No! That's another staircase, that would explain it. Oh, you can climb the tree! I don't know if those glasses are supposed to look like that, or if that's a glitch. I probably should use one of the other weapons. Show you the bow. And now there's going to be nothing to fight, isn't there? There we go. Yeah, that's actually a really good long-range weapon. The camera's a bit short-range. What's up there? Should I go down to the ground first? No, nothing. Ah! See what I mean? There's not a lot of clearance up there to take him out. I suppose I could have just ignored him, but where's the fun in that? And now I know you can climb the trees. This is starting to make a lot more sense. They seem to be more generous with the extra lives than they do with the with the health. Oh no, that's gone bad. I'm just gonna leave him there, I think. So I wonder why this was UK only. I wonder if they just only had the license for the UK. Or just nobody was interested in publishing it outside of Europe. Again, if it was that late on in the Game Boy Color, I wonder if, there might just not been any interest in it. It's a shame. I mean, this wouldn't have stood up on the Game Boy Advance, obviously, but a lot of effort and time has been put into this, clearly. The weird thing is, so I went and had a look, because when I started this, I wasn't aware there was any, other than the really crappy, which I suppose we need to look at some point, Gremlins 2, which came out on a bunch of platforms. There's a bunch of, so the first game was like an adventure game that came out on the Commodore 64. There's an Atari 2600 version. We're talking that era of game, because the first movie was 1984, so it was... I mean, the Famicom was out, but the... you can climb the curtains as well? This game's great. Ah! And I'm dead. I've disintegrated into a ball. Oh, and I'm going to go collect all of the sunglasses again. Yeah, so the first game would have been 1984. Before the NES had come out. The second movie was... Oh, was it 89? Was it that late? Or was it 86, 87? I don't remember. But they certainly made console versions of that second Gremlins game, and it was pretty dire. Obviously, we're going to have to take a look at it properly, but from memory, it didn't strike me as a particularly quality product. Oh, that was some skill move. But yeah, there's also some other stuff I'm going to have to track down, because there's a... Oh god, what platform was it? A Nintendo Wii and DS game? It was America exclusive, so it's going to be even harder to try and track down. It's going to involve some eBaying and then a lot of science to try and figure out how I'm going to get that to run on a UK Wii. I can't imagine it's too difficult, but hopefully it doesn't involve me buying an American Wii. Oh yeah, Christ, because I'm not going to be able to run it on the Wii U, am I? Oh, that'll be fun. There's the Game Boy Advance game, there's quite a lot of Gizmo out there in video game form that I wasn't aware of. It's weird for kind of a cult film with a sequel. I feel like Gizmo is more famous than the movie is. Everyone knows what a Gizmo is, even if you haven't seen the film. You just see, the little plushy figurines everywhere. I don't know what else there is to say, really, at this point. Let them watch me try and get all the sunglasses again. I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible. I'm assuming there was 5 and I just missed one. Problem is, at this speed, I'm worried I'm going to miss all 4 of them. Camera! Yeah. Didn't know you could climb things, that's quite handy. I wonder how high a print run this had. I wonder if it was a really super rare... I've certainly never come across it before. Not that I was, out there shopping for Game Boy games, and even then, like, would I have known what Gremlins was back then? Probably not. I only came across it much later in life, so... It's also a shame it doesn't actually have the Gremlins music in it, but I'm guessing it's much cheaper to license the Gremlins license if you don't have to license the iconic theme tune. Ah, there we go. Set of glasses. I don't know what those balls are supposed to be. Oh no, it's that one. I'll hand it to them, at least you can land on their heads and they won't do any damage. I think they should have drawn Gizmo's little Rambo. You can't shoot while jumping, which is unfortunate. I don't know where that last set of sunglasses are then. Climb that? No. I just want to make sure every gremlin is dead, just in case. Whoop! Whew! See, all the sunglasses also seem to be high up in the air, so I feel like there's not much point me crawling around on the ground. Is there an exit to the level I'm missing? There's also a problem with some of this platforming in that some of these objects I feel like I should be able to jump on top of and I can't, and that's annoying me. Got a box back on that shelf earlier. Alright, let's go back upstairs and see if I've missed something. Oh, hang on a minute, oh, you can shoot while you're jumping. Is it just fussy about the timing on when you can do it? Whoa! That seems harsh. Oh, that seems harsh. And Gizmo's gone off into space. Can I quit out and see what the other character's like? Oh, I'll have to play through the entire cutscene again. Alright, it's a completely different game. Interesting. They're similar sort of levels, but what's my objective here? Seems to be collecting whatever that is. Bottles of pop? Bottles of Sprite? We're back in the world of Cool Spot. Is that it? Is that one of them? You can't... Yeah. It's a little bit fidgety because it's... There you go. Oh, right, he's collecting bottles of water. Yeah, okay. I get it now. He's a gremlin. He must be more powerful. It's not as strange as I thought it was. This is super intriguing. I was genuinely expecting to think that this was going to be some really lame 2D platformer. But I think it's well animated. I think it sounds good. For a Game Boy Color game especially. I like this a lot. It's kind of cool. I think the only marks I can mark it down for are the level's quite long and it's a little bit punishing in terms of making me collect everything all over again, but I think that was just the games of the era. But hey, can't complain too much. Yeah, that's Gremlins Unleashed. One day I will find a copy of Jaws Unleashed and we'll do the entire set of Unleashed licensed games. I bet there's loads. The Force Unleashed? Surely there's an X-Men with an Unleashed, like a Wolverine Unleashed. Is that an Unleashed edition? Can't remember. Yep, that's Gremlins.